Chen Chen is the author of the chapbook Set the Garden on Fire, which we may have copies of tonight for sale. We do, which we have for sale tonight, so everybody should buy a copy. And Kissing the Sphinx, which is forthcoming in 2016. Accompaniment Fellow, his poems have appeared in or are forthcoming from Poetry, Massachusetts Review, Narrative, and the Best American Poetry 2015, among others. He holds an MFA from Syracuse University and is currently a PhD in English and Creative Writing here at Texas Tech University. He was recently named a finalist for the Ruth Lilly and Dorothy Sargent Rosenberg Poetry Fellowship. Big freaking deal, if you don't know that. Huge deal. We're really lucky to have him here tonight. Let's give a huge welcome to Chen Chen.
I feel really short. Thank you all for coming here. Thank you to Jeremy, and Chad, and to LHUCA for having us. I want to start with this poem by Jean Valentine called 1945. The winter trees offer no shade, no shelter. They offer wood to the family of wood. He comes in at the kitchen door, waving like a pistol, a living branch in his hand. He shouts, "Man your battle stations." Our mother turns to the kitchen curtains. He shakes the branch. A house-sized Big Dipper points north over the yard. Can it help? How about the old dog, thumping her tail? Whose dog is she? How about the old furnace, breathing the world, a flyer, a diver, kitchen curtains, veterans, God, listen, kindness, we're in this thing like leaves. So I'll read a couple from the chapter. This is called Better Than the Professionals. My mother has become an amateur exterminator, better than the professionals, a self-taught cockroach assassin. Maybe you have one in the family too. She can crush roaches with a roll of paper, the bottom of a shoe, a slipper. But no matter how hard I try, she says, our home can never be beautiful because of these zongmang. She slams the drawer precisely shut as they crawl up to the edge. She flattens them with chopsticks, skewers them with forks. Once I wake to her silent figure right above me, a sword of newspaper in her hand, a slime of an insect across a headline. All that night I feel my hair, her tiny legs. But maybe, like me, eventually you learn the art. Fear swallowed, you cut off escape routes with a well-placed French textbook, so your mother can swoop in for a masterful coup de grace. Or perhaps you'll perform solo, have stood alone afterwards at the kitchen sink to wash away the sticky remains, to purge yourself. Though the notices posted around the apartment complex all point their official fingers at you. You for snapping in the living room and in your own room with friends, for leaving a bowl of half-finished breakfast out the morning you're late for the bus. And the fingers point to your mother, too tired to clean it all immediately, too fed up to get up again, another morning in the same dirty apartment. The clean official fingers point, and your mother goes back to sleep, dreams of holding a blowtorch, fueled by her own screaming heart. Yes, she dreams of burning the apartment down, her voice flaming into the flaming air. The landlord doesn't know shit. More violence, okay. Let's go there. Tale of the Knife and the Heart. On the balcony, my mother raised her meat cleaver to chop watermelon. I was with her for a moment, then back into the apartment, no purpose but summer and speed. And so my head met her desk corner, and so the sharp echo of the meat cleaver, the gleaming cry of the watermelon, My senses wanted to fly out my head, but gritting my teeth, I kept them in. My mother chopped everything with her meat cleaver, except over the years, meat. I'm becoming such a vegetarian, she said, like she needed an intervention. In fact, she was trying to intervene with her high cholesterol, high blood pressure, stress. You're making my heart bad, she said, when I did bad things. Stop running around, or one day you're going to have an extra hole in that head. The meat cleaver had a hole in its head, so you could hang it up in the kitchen. To me, it was also an eye, keeping watch, entering dreams. My mother walking the hallway to my room, her feet loud with intent, her hands with the glinting knife. She brought both of us all the way from China, but unlike me, it stayed Chinese. She was getting closer. I could almost feel the meat cleaver's eye. No, look, I'm writing the characters for broccoli. No, don't. It always ended as she was still approaching, as it was. I woke in a sweat, curled up in a ball like a watermelon that had been spared.